The last time I was on, Gail was on. She said it was going to take a little while.
That's an understatement.
The last time I was on, Gail was on. She said it was going to take a look.
There we go. I think. Hey, how are we on?
Yep.
Hello, guys. How is everybody? Oh, we've missed y'all. We are glad to be here. And even if we're in half capacity, we're still glad to be here. So we're trying to push through the best we can. Welcome. We miss all of you. It's just been one rough moment after another. We said season of life, and we're in a rough one right now. So I appreciate all the love and prayers and patience and everything. Give you a little update to try to help fill everybody in. First of all, my mother is home from the hospital, so she's good. Kidney's doing good. My brother is still in the hospital, but he's breathing on his own and doing his own thing and doing better. Lance's dad is home from the hospital and doing good and getting back to being Bill. What else? Oh,
and you
I started therapy, so that's a hot mess and good and great and hurts and all the good stuff. I will probably in a couple weeks be having to have another manipulation done because we're waiting for the screw to heal so I can start moving it. But in the meantime, I think I'm freezing up a little. So yeah, there's that. So we're just trying to wing it a little bit at a time. So we're getting there. It's just still trying to get a pain regimen under control for the meds and trying to move forward. But we need you guys as much as you need us so we can get on and try to get back on track, because this is probably as far off track as we've been since we started 4 years ago. So we are starting back with all of you, and it's just been one challenge after another. And it seems like once you've got off the wagon, it seems like it is 10 times harder to get back on. So we are right there at the beginning levels, going to start working on our fat-based hormones, getting everything correct, using our macros.
We're just going to call this an experiment.
That we miserably failed at. So, hey, Anna, glad you made it. Nice to meet you. Everybody, welcome Anna to the group. She's a newbie today. She'll be starting in with our next group as we get going.
Hello, Anna.
We're all just going to be getting going. So I think what we're going to do for a couple weeks, we're going to idle, get the basics back under control, get everybody back in chronometer, get everybody's macros up to date, things like that. And then we're going to be able to push and move forward. There's no sense in everybody starting and then getting off track at Christmas and going again. So let's just try to do the best we can do. If you're in and you're staying through the holidays, more power to you. Do it. Do not jump track. If you are off track and needing to get going, let's start with the basics and get the simple things taken care of first. And then we'll all jump in full force after the first of the year and get going. And once we get through Christmas. So I know it's a lot of things coming up, a lot of family stuff coming up. Hey, Helen, glad you made it, hun. Good to see you, girl. So we're going to kind of be winging it. We are going to still be, I don't know when my next surgery is going to be scheduled, so I will keep everybody posted as I find out. So we're going to be getting back on track. I hope to get our macros set in our chronometer. We're going to go back to the basics. We're going to be using chronometer, filling it back in, meeting those fat macros, getting the proteins good, doing all the things that we know how to do to try to get this chemistry back on the right track and clean up some glucose because it's a mess. So come on in, tell us how you're doing, fill us in. We've missed everybody. Wayne, come and start us off.
Evening, everybody.
Howdy, Wayne.
I've shared that I'm doing alternate day fasting. If I sound weird, I had a crown put on tonight, so that's a good way to avoid eating, is to get
right?
work done.
I bet.
So no, it feels fine. I just probably sound like I've been drinking all day. A couple things. Start with good news first. I hit a milestone on my weight. I'm under 200 pounds for the first time, and I don't know when.
Love it, brother. Love it.
Awesome. Good job.
my weight goal has been 190, so I still have less than 10 pounds to go, but I kind of threw my weight goal out the window. It's like my weight's going to do what it's going to do. I got to get everything else in line.
Mhm.
So I was a little frustrated last week because I'm not progressing as well as I thought I would. And then, of course, I went down under 200, but my blood numbers haven't been that great. And then I listened to drboz last Tuesday. I didn't watch it live, but I watched it after. And she was talking about continually filling up your fat cells. And I've come to the realization that when I'm eating, I think I'm eating way too much when I'm not fasting. And I'm trying to figure that out right now. As part of that talk, she also was promoting a special with her continuous glucose monitors with the half price on the prescription being $50 instead of $100. So I took advantage of that, and I just put one on yesterday afternoon. And I was very surprised by just 24 hours of numbers so far. So I'm not even going to get into them. It's just data right now. And I don't want to waste a lot of time talking about it. But it's basically telling Anna, you're new. This is a long process. This is a lifestyle. This isn't just a quick thing. You're going to continually tweak things. So I'm learning. I've got a plan through the end of December where I'm doing the alternate day fasting. I'm not going to jump ship in the middle of this. I'm going to feel it. I'm going to let it ride and see how it plays out. And, sometime before New Year's, I'll get a assessment done and figure out what I'm going to do after that.
Good.
That's awesome. I love that you're going by the CGM because Wade's a numbers guy. So data don't lie, the numbers don't lie. And it's one of those things he's going to be able to narrow down exactly what is affecting him and what is not. Wayne is a veteran, so he's done this. He's been around this a little bit. He's reaching his goals, but now he's down to that tweaking. Now he's down to that nitty gritty of, okay, now we got to clean up. Normally we don't count calories. Normally we don't watch those things at the beginning, but when you're getting to the end, and not even the end, but when you're getting through the goals that you've set and you're starting to get down there and you're getting down to those last 10 pounds or whatever, then those things do start to matter. We're just going to clean up one more step, and his last final step is going to be being able to, how much is he consuming as opposed to how much he's burning? There is going to be that little bit. He is fat adapted. He's reaching his goals, but there's so many things we can learn. And with him being a numbers guy and a chart guy, he's been staying consistent. He's been in there. He knows how to do this. So he's going to be able to use that CGM and just really knock it out of the park of learning his body from it. So I think that's going to be cool, Wayne. Good for you.
And don't be scared off by things like CGMs that cost a bit of money. The main reason I did this is I had money left over in my flexible spending account. So I'm going to use it. I have to use it for medical. I didn't have a purpose for it. So you can, with the coupon from GoodRx, the CGMs for a month cost $175, which, whatever way you want to look on that, that's not cheap. But
it's not cheap, but it's a lot. It's a good thing to learn.
Yeah. So I'm not saying, I don't know if I'm going to continue it in 2024. I'm doing it this month to see how it plays out.
Yep. Check your numbers and see and learn. I can't wait.
I have to get a new mojo meter because somebody stole mine.
I've lost. So my meter is someplace between the Cleveland Clinic and one of the hospitals and home. I don't know where I've left it, lost it. Somebody's got a hold of my
Somebody
meter.
got a good meter.
Right. It's probably sitting at one of those restaurants as we left, but no, it'll be good, Wayne. I can't wait to see what you do. And just so anybody knows, if anybody is needing coaching or anything like that, I am covered under my medical license you can use your health card. If you have leftover that you need to spend on that, I am covered under insurance because of my medical license. So you can bill for that, and you can use your health card through my Journey to Healing business. So that
you can take flexible spending money.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, it falls under my medical license. So just the same as being in-house with me, teaching you over my desk, it would be the same concept. So, yep. So we're teaching health. That's what we do. And you can do it. That's the benefits of having a medical license in Ohio. So one of the little benefits I get. So yeah, so if anybody has anything left over to use at the end of the year, you can pay up for coaching. You can, whatever we need to do, just let me know. We can work with you and help you out in any way we can on that. So good job, Wayne. I can't wait to see what you learn. Wayne is going to be one of the people feature. We're going to be starting to do a before and after page on our website. So Wayne's going to be one of those, and he's a wealth of knowledge of tracking his numbers and learning from himself. So he's just his own little science project. So I can't wait to get the page up and go on and see how far he's come. So good job.
You're overselling me. We're all just practicing this.
We all
absolutely. Some of us are not even practicing.
Right? Some of us are just grinding on the cement right now. So yeah. So good job, Wayne. Come on in, Olivia, our other rock star. With a DBR of 4.
4, seriously.
When we wonder if this process works or what's going on, you have a DBR.
We have plenty of examples that it works.
It's
amazing.
Just the way it is.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, I'm on my second round of 8-week, 72-hour fasts, and this is the 3rd week of that. And since I was able, for the very first time in 5 years since I started this, I was able to continue in ketosis through Thanksgiving, and that's the first time, because usually I give in to sweets or too much of whatever is before me. So I am going to try to do the same thing at Christmas and, stay in ketosis, hopefully, and continue with the 8 weeks of fasting. So I'm feeling pretty good. Last Tuesday, in the evening, I started my fast I usually start my fast on Sunday after I have some sardines, or this time mackerel, because I'm able to eat that a little better. And I make these little patties that have mackerel and cod liver and 1 egg and some pork panko. And I just make little patties, and that's how I'm able, I dip it in a little bit of yellow mustard, and I'm able to eat them that way. And then that's usually all I have, and I start my fast. And so last Tuesday, after I started on Sunday, in the evening, I don't usually check my numbers, but I was feeling like very energized and a lot of clarity, more than usual. So I thought, I wonder what my numbers are. So I checked them, and my glucose was 51, and my my ketones were 11.3. And so I thought,
what was the DBR on that even?
Because my glucose was 51, the DBR was 5, I think.
Yeah, with something like that, with a 52 and 11, yeah, you're down around 5.
Oh yeah, and so
unreal.
I don't know how long I'm going to have high ketones like that. I really don't know. But I'm hoping that it'll take care of some of my issues, like my osteopenia, and also keeping my diverticulosis at bay, improving the whole gut. And of course, Anna, one of the first things that went away when I started this 5 years ago was the inflammation, joint inflammation and just pain, and, all of that went away pretty soon after I cut the carbs way down. And so a lot of improvement can happen. Your skin can get better. Your hair can get, it grows better. It doesn't fall out as much. A lot of things improve. And so anyway, I'm happy where things are at right now. I feel good. My BMI is 20 now instead of 20.
Nice.
I reached my goal weight. I actually surpassed it by 5 pounds. And so, yeah, things are going good right now. So
Olivia, we're just so proud of you, and you are just the epitome of staying consistent. 5 years in on this, she has been working on and turned everything around. I mean, when you question what this does long term, or if you can do it long term, or how it can work on your body long term, Olivia is the perfect example of turning all those things around and just staying consistent with it. It's taken her 5 years, and now her body is completely kicking in. The fasting is working. She was insulin resistant. She had all the issues that everybody is trying to reverse, and she's reversing them. So I applaud you, Olivia. You're our superhero, and I cannot wait to be where you're at. I mean, it's just when you question what this can do for our chemistry, she's just a walking testimony of being consistent and staying with it. And I love it. And I'm so proud of you, Olivia.
Yeah, awesome job.
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, it's not been easy. It's not been an easy
Oh,
road.
No,
Yeah,
that's work.
The last year and the last couple of years, it was in and out of ketosis, just, the cravings, but you just have to kind of stick with it. And just every time you take that sweet something into your mouth that is going to get you out of ketosis, you just have to you have to forgive yourself, and you just have to get up the next day and do it again and just keep at it.
Keep going.
Absolutely.
Yep. Good job, Olivia.
Way to go, girl.
Yes. She's going to stick with it through the holidays. So you got to figure out if you're going to go team Olivia and stay strong through the holidays, or if you're going to be just kind of idling through to get on the other side. That's what I'm doing, because I'm too far back at the beginning to actually push through to fasting or anything like that. My chemistry is not set. I'm not going to even set myself up for failure. I'm going to set myself up where I know I can succeed. So we'll have team Olivia running for the fast and keeping strong through the holidays. And
Team Lance and Tammy starting at the beginning again.
Starting back over like we don't know what we're doing. So we're going to get there. But good job, Olivia. I'm proud of you. Come on in, Gail. Come and tell us how you're doing. Seeing you without a sling.
Oh, I'm way past that, but yeah. Wait. Oh, I don't envy you. No, it's a long road. I didn't get to take my arm out of that sling till 12 weeks. So yeah, and then they did do some passive range early, like at week 8, I think. So it gets better. Just take it slow and steady. Don't try to force it. They're really going to do a manipulation at this early stage?
Well, he said probably not till my 6-8 week mark, and then they'll go in and manipulate. I had to do this one for manipulate.
Oh, okay.
I make adhesion so fast. I build soft tissue really fast. So as soon as the tendon is the screw is healed to the bone, then he said he'll start a manipulation.
Yeah. Get that fat up, and then slowly get into the fast. That'll help you too, because of the inflammation. So
oh yeah,
we're ready. Yeah, we are so ready. I cannot believe how far out we are, but we're so ready.
Oh, bacon and eggs, babe.
Right?
Yeah. Back to that.
Bacon and eggs. Yeah. No, I was telling, when I was on here, I was talking with Wayne, same thing. I've been doing alternate day fasting. I actually find that easier because I can, I can stay with it. And I'll tell you, by the time I hit that third one of the week, my numbers are amazing. And I never got that on the 72s. I'm a very low ketone person, never in 5 years of doing this. I mean, if I got up over 2, it's incredible. I'd be like doing a happy dance, but I get 3s doing alternate day, and my blood sugars are coming down. Now, the reason I was kind of expressing that, the reason I was doing this, because I went to my doctor and I had all this extra testing done, like they recommend in Dr. Berry's book. Mm-hmm. And I never had I'm not diabetic, but I never had I did an A1C test, and it was like 5.2, the kind you do your own through drboz. Mm-hmm. But I asked for like a fasting insulin and some other things. And my fasting insulin was 9. And according to his book, he should be below 5, and 3 is optimal. Now I'm normal in the sense that it's norm for, the range, that they give you in the medical community is 13, I think. So I'm like, after doing this as long as I've been doing, and I still have a fasting insulin of 9. So I started really researching, and I think it was through the fasting method. Megan Ramos, she said, if you've got a higher fasting insulin, that the alternate day fasting is your best way to reduce that.
So are you doing 24-hour fasting, or are you doing 36, or how long is your fast?
Doing 342s a week.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. I find that I don't like how, when I stop my eating window, I try to eat earlier in the day. Like, my last meal would be like 4 o'clock-ish, but then 36 would throw me like really early in the morning, and I won't do that. So I fast till like the noon, 1, 2 kind of thing. And then I try to get 2 meals in, like 4 to 7, they say 4 to 7 hours apart. And I get great numbers doing this. I started this November 1st, and I was just at a stalemate for like 5-6 months, nothing. Close to my goal, but not getting there. And I've gone down 8 pounds in 6 weeks, which is phenomenal for me. So my goal was to do this November, December, but I just even like Dr. Barry, he says, if you're doing something, do it for 90 days. So I'm going to try to carry that through to the end of January. That's my goal.
Nice.
Good deal.
Nice plan. And we might have that coming through this time too. So
yeah, I know Dr. Boz really promotes the 72s. They're hard. But
maybe it's a stepping stone to get to the 72s,
Well,
maybe.
yeah, I've done couldn't even tell you how many weeks of 72s I've done, the 8 weeks I've done that like maybe 4 times, and I just never produced the numbers that I really wanted, never got the effects. I have a lot of rebounding. I go, you lose that weight and within 2 days it's all back on. I know it's water, but eventually I've got to dry up like a prune, right?
Water's got to go somewhere, right?
Yeah. I think one time on one of her lives, she answered that question, and she said it's the salt thing for me. So I really make sure I get a lot more salt and use the element.
Yep.
But I'm not doing during my fast, I'm not using the element with the sweetener in it. I'm really staying away from sweeteners during the fast.
Yep.
So that's my big goal. So
Keto Cho has a good one with no sweetener in it. So that's a good one too.
Oh, okay. Hey, Wayne, one more thing. I do wear a CGM that Dr. Boz had first time, around for the $50. My sister-in-law does it too. I never learned right away that you need to calibrate it. Okay. I don't know if you've done that. You go into history and then hit the plus sign. So whenever you do your Keto Mojo, say you get an 85 on Keto Mojo and your CGM saying you got 103. Well, go in there and hit the plus sign, put in the 85 at what time you took it, and it'll calibrate according to your, whether some people, like I'll test mine at my mom's meter and my Keto Mojo and my Dexcom 7, and they can all be different. So
isn't that crazy?
Don't get too hung up on the numbers. I guess the biggest thing is look at the
trend.
How steady it is. If it's higher than what your Mojo's telling you, but then you're just really wanting to watch what foods are giving it a spike. Or my husband was making Christmas candies, and I love I'm not a big chocolate person, so it's easy for me to stay away from it. But he was making white chocolate peppermint bark, my favorite. And I just had a little tiny piece like that. You want to see your blood sugars rise. It's amazing. I mean, these things are awesome to see because you really get to see what it does to you. Now, again, because we've been doing this, it'll come back down pretty quick. But find out what's triggering you.
Yeah. I'm having a little bit of problems with the app right now, and a little confused between the regular app and then what they call the Clarity app that has your history in it. And I just emailed tech support today because it's not making sense to me. And I haven't learned how to do the reconciling with your Keto Mojo yet. So thanks for the point on that. But when I tested this morning, I was only 2 points different between my CGM and the Keto Mojo.
That's
Oh, really? Okay.
That's
So
good.
I was like, you can't expect to be any closer than that.
No, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, and then another thing, I had a bad sensor, and I contacted them, and they sent me a new one. They were really good. So if you get sometime, if you put it in, and like, what the heck happened? It was like it gave me a reading of 40, and then all of a sudden it gave me a reading of 200 and something. I'm like, wait a minute, and then it quit. It just died. So I got a hold of them, and they sent me a whole new sensor. So they're
Nice.
good.
Their customer service is really, really good. I will give them credit. And if you ask for those little covers too, the patches to cover them, they will send those to you if you have any problems too, to help you keep them dry and everything like that. So the customer service is really good.
The Dexcom 7 comes with them.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, there's one in the box.
Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Good job. And I
Yeah,
think
sometimes they don't want to hold up so good in the sauna, but
I was wondering about saunas and floats with it.
I don't know about the float, but online there's a company I saw, they have some waterproof patches. I mean, if you're doing like, I don't think the sauna's okay, but if you're gonna float, I'm not sure, but they do sell like waterproof.
Yeah, you may want to check into something aftermarket on that. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's a neat thing. I like it because I'm also a numbers person. I write everything down and all that good stuff. So that's cool. But you're gonna stay with alternate day till the end of December? Is that the
I'm
plan?
committed till the end of December, and then
Okay.
I'll evaluate between Christmas and New Year's.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Go ahead, Olivia. Jump in.
I was just going to tell Wayne that I believe the Clarity app just kind of gives you averages and graphs that you can look at after you have some accumulated data. And then also with some insurances like mine, for some reason, covers the prescription of it, and I don't have to pay a copay. So it just kind of depends on your insurance.
And in just seconds, you can use the calculator.
It won't pay if you're not diagnosed as a diabetic. Most insurance.
Yeah. Well, I'm not diagnosed as a diabetic, but for some reason I don't have to pay a copay.
Okay. And I got for 164.
Take the win and run, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's cool. All right. That's all I got. But
Helen does the shh.
Don't say that out loud, right? No, good job. All right, Helen, come on in and check in. Good
Thanks,
job, Gail.
Gail.
Thank you. It's good to see your face again.
yeah, you hang in there. You'll be fine. Give your couple more weeks.
I'm hoping. Thank you. Come on in, Helen. Good to see you.
Well, glad to be here. My saga continues. I've just got a myriad of things wrong, and then I ended up in October. I had COVID, and I had a really severe reaction. This side of my face just really got swollen and sore and hurt. Tomorrow, my husband and I are going to see my oncologist and get the results of the lab work that they did. And then the oncology office sent me to an endocrinologist down near Atlanta. And she was working with the a thyroid uptake scan, and I've had an ultrasound and a CT scan of my thyroid. So we're going to find out all about that tomorrow. And then my primary care doctor sent me to an ENT person near Atlanta, and we have yet to hear from them on what. So they're kind of looking at this two different ways. So I've just been hanging in there and trying to follow what I know to do and get one foot in front of the other. I did somehow I tripped myself up and had a real bad fall, but I didn't break anything. But my muscles now, after about 3 weeks, I'm not terribly comfortable, but I'm not in the pain I was in.
So
So,
how's your Dr. Boz ratio? How are your numbers being? Are they good through this? Are you able to push through?
Well, I gone back on the endocrinologist said, why don't you go? She recommended I go back on the Ozempic. So I've gone, but at 0.25. I said, I'm not going any higher than that. But the numbers don't lie. And when I was on it, even at 0.25, it helped.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have my numbers down here, and I've not had I'm getting like 0.5, 0.6 ketones, so that still is putting me, sometimes I'm 400. They're swinging up a little bit, but I've done 2 24-day challenges. For me, that's just where I'm at this point. So I've had 2 24-hour fast and done fine. And right so far have made it through Thanksgiving and all the Christmas stuff I've been involved in. Today I just helped clean up while everybody went over and had everything. There was nothing I could have, and I took my salted water with me, so I just cleaned up on the other end of a place like a gym and stayed away from it. So
good job, Helen. Sometimes you just got to do the best you can do.
Yep,
and
exactly.
It's the same thing we're at. It's a season. You got to do the best you can do, make the best choices that you can do. Just remember thyroid. Synthroid thyroid is a fat-based hormone. So remember that as you progress through, keeping your fat macros up and meeting your numbers in chronometer would still keep you on track, even with the Ozempic, even with the thyroid issues. Make sure
I'm hyperthyroid.
Okay. You still want to make sure everything's working in balance, keeping those hormones happy. Yep.
Well, that's what I'm doing food wise. And today Alan did steaks, and by time I put it in chronometer as I ate. So I did part of the steak and I ate it, and I was surprised that my numbers were as low as they were. So I had some more. And so I found, y'all, if you really want something, I found gingerbread goat cheese. Gingerbread goat cheese and eggnog goat cheese, and they're 1 carb for an ounce.
Nice.
So I found my go-to.
Hey, there you go. If that's your treat for the holidays, that's a win.
So I really am trying. The doctor but she said she actually had them run my labs again. They were so good. She couldn't believe that she thought they had mixed me up with somebody else.
Good. That's a win.
That was that. But I haven't sat down and looked at it with Dr. Berry's book to see where I really am, but we'll get there.
Absolutely.
I am hanging. You hadn't heard from me, but I've been praying for you to get better. While I just am dealing with all. I'm just now I understand what people who got COVID, which I didn't at all till this last time, and man, it just can knock you off your feet.
Yeah, it can hit you hard.
Yeah, and that's what it's done to me. The swelling's pretty much gone, but the endocrinologist was saying something about it. But we're getting there. And you hang in there too, girl.
You too. Thank you. I appreciate the prayers. It's gotta get better sooner or later. I keep thinking tomorrow's gonna be better. Tomorrow's gonna be better. So I just one day at a time is all I can do. So that's why I'm scared to commit to too much right now. It's just one day I'll have a good day and I'm still go backwards a day. But We'll get there one day at a time.
Right.
That's plan. Godspeed. So we're
Yep.
doing it. So good job, Helen.
Okay.
Nice work.
Hang in there, girl.
Hang in there. Anna, you want to come in and introduce yourself and say hi? Tell us a little bit about your journey. Welcome to our little team. Hang on, we got you muted. Here we go.
Gotta find the little microphone. There
Okay.
you go.
There you go.
Hi.
Hello, welcome.
Thank you. It's great to hear everybody, and I appreciate it. Well, a number of years ago, I went on keto, but I definitely didn't know what I was doing. So I showed that I had ketos on the strips, that I was burning in those days. And I lost some weight, but I had no concept really. And then I was watching, I always like to watch these things about women putting on their wigs on one of the channels anyway. So this woman found drboz, and apparently she chose to talk about her experience in the books and everything, because so many people of her who were watching her wanted to know, because they could see she lost weight. And she had a lot of medical issues, many ones since childhood, which it helped her greatly. So I thought, okay, I have to do something, because I'm diabetic and I was off the charts in carbs. I'm not really a sweet eater, but
Like some
there's
bread.
so many things you can have. And oh, are you okay?
Yeah, she's hurting.
These chairs.
Anyway, so I'm sorry.
But
So
yes,
anyway,
a lot of ways you can get carbs.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm a compulsive overeater. I've been ever since, and I'm in a 12-step program. I'm an Overeaters Anonymous since my 20s. Now I've been in and out of the rooms, and I've been pretty much for me, a healthy weight for about 7 years. Whatever that, keto in your keto world, that's still probably too heavy. But it's normal. If I walk down the streets, no one's going to say, oh, look at her anymore, which is great. And I was able to reduce my metformin by losing that weight.
Good.
But I'm on meds that I'd like to get off of.
Yep.
And my memory is really terrible. It's been terrible for many years. It's even worse now. Sometimes I'm surprised I can get through a whole sentence with you guys right now. There are times I cannot find any pronouns and nouns, and it's like, I just can't retrieve. It's uncomfortable and frightening for me. And it's been going on for a while. And so I just felt that I need to do that. So I've been on keto since October 20th. I know that's just a little baby.
I was gonna say
good.
You're beginning. That is awesome, but good for you for jumping in. And if you've reached those weight goals, the meds are the next thing, because that's where you're going to be able. I mean, I don't know where that one post is. I'll try to find it and tag you in it. But I had a whole list of medications too. I lived in my own little pharmaceutical world.
Oh my gosh,
it was awful. And I look back at them now, and it's like, no wonder I couldn't get healthy. I had so many chemicals in my body. It was just god awful. So to go through and just, as you're reaching those goals and as your numbers are getting better and as every step improves, then that metabolic health is improving, you're going to be able to just start eliminating those meds. It's like those meds, I can't tell you to go off your meds, but I'm going to tell you, most people are going to tell, you're going to see where your numbers, you're not going to need them, because you will just start getting better and better. Once we tweak that and get you in true ketosis, not just doing keto, everybody can do keto and lose a little water weight and things like that. But now we want to turn over and do cellular health. We want to rebuild a new healthy cell. And that's what the next step and the next level of ketosis is going to do for you. So I'm excited to get started with you. It's going to be cool. It's going to be good.
And don't beat yourself up for beginner, because as you can see, we all go back to the beginning. Everybody's on here has gone forward, and then in a moment had to go clear back and start over again and try again and do this. You do it a couple times, and to get where you need to be, you'll go through this process. You'll go forward, then you'll step back a little bit, and then you go farther forward, and then step back not as far. So it's a constant process of this little bit of back and forth to get to where you need to be. So don't beat yourself up, just one step at a time and one day at a time.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Good job and welcome to
Thank
the
you.
family.
Thank you.
Nancy, do you want to check in? Are you not able? Can you hear me? Nancy, if you want to check in, just come on and beep in. I will throw a couple things out. I am going to start running an ad for if anybody wants to buy it for a Christmas present. I will start at the first of the year again with a new program. If anybody's looking for something to buy for somebody you know and love, we'll be doing beginner and advanced levels again. We're just going to start over just like we do any other time with the group coaching or the one-on-one coaching. So we're going to start over at the first of the year, hitting it strong. We're going to kind of idle through these 2 weeks till we get through Christmas, and then we're going to be ready to hit the floor running again. If you're veteran that you're going nice and strong like Olivia, stay strong. Remember what I say, it's not about the food on your plate, it's about the people at the table with you through the holidays. That is truly my heart in it. Nobody cares what you're eating. They care that your body is healthy and sitting at that table. And that couldn't mean any more to me than it does this year with our family so up and down and so many major health issues going on right now. It truly does mean a lot to know the people that are at the table and able to be up and at the table is huge right now.
Yep.
I don't know that my brother's going to make it home for the holidays or whatever, but I mean, there's just so many things that nobody cares what's on your plate. We care that you're at the table and healthy. And that just means the world to me. Come on in, Helen. You got a question? Hang on. We got you muted, babe. Can you unmute?
Hit the unmute. There you go.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I was muted. Oh, okay. Yeah, Nancy's muted and she may not realize.
Yeah,
she's
Nancy,
muted.
if you want to come in, you got to unmute and turn on your camera. There you go.
Sorry,
That's
I'm at
okay.
work. I'm at work, so I didn't want to turn on the
You're-
camera, but
You're fine.
I'm just trying to figure out how your Zoom meetings go, like what is required.
No requirements. Just show up and come and say hi and tell us where you're at, how you're doing, and how we can help you.
Gaining weight, doing terrible. Just had a past couple of months that was really rough with deaths in the family and
Yep.
that kind of stuff. So I got very far off track, but
I'm sorry. That's hard.
also interested in before I did the keto, I was doing alternate day fasting and I liked it and I did really well with it. And then I kind of got off track with that as well. But I'm interested in trying ADF with keto, like Gail and Wayne are doing. I don't know how they do it specifically. I don't know if you're supposed to try to keep fat macros, the same on your eating day or how any of that works.
Most of the time, the macros will stay the same on your feeding days because you don't want to go too far up or down over those macros because protein a little bit, you can go over us girls or people that are north of 40, 50 years old. We got to keep protein can go over a little bit. Fat macros usually stay about the same until you're completely fat adapted and okay. Then you can juggle those fat macros a little bit, but you keep your fat macros the same. You're just going to fast on those alternate days, however that schedule fits into your schedule. That's another thing that's huge right now. Look at your calendar. If you have, Wayne had the perfect scenario of explaining, 72s just are not working right now. He has business meetings and stuff that he has to attend for his business, things that he has commitments that he needs to go to, be social, go whatever, do what he needs to do. So 72s are just not working right now, but the alternate day fast, he can fit those into his schedule. So don't be afraid to look at your schedule, plan out what is going to work best for you. You do the best choices you can do at the time. And that's okay.
I know.
So,
I mean, when I was, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. When I was doing ADF before, I liked the 500 calorie down day also because it's really hard for me to not eat at all.
Yeah.
Like I'm just one of those people. Like I prefer to have, a small mini meal one day and then eat 2 meals the following day.
Yeah. But Nancy, I would say encourage you to get your fat macro, put the macros all in chronometer like they're supposed to be for our keto journey on rigorous, all of that, and then follow those macros and see where on the days that you're feeding, that you're staying within those macros. Try not to go too far overboard because that is, a problem that people have. They fast and then think they're going to make up for lost time on the feeding days.
Right.
And that's not the goal of fasting.
I mean, I'm not really sure like what exactly fat, which fat goal I should go to. I should be searching, trying to reach, I guess, is like 80%.
you go into chronometer and then you
Yeah.
set your macros into chronometer under your setting.
Right.
You
Yep,
want to
I know.
set it to rigorous,
Yep,
keto
I did.
calculator, and there's a third one.
It should be, yeah, it should be 75, 15, and 5, I think it is.
Okay, so 80% would be okay for the
Like
for the fat.
80%. Yeah, because you got to remember when you switch on this machine, you're going to be running on fat. Fat is going to be your fuel. And that is one thing when I was really on it that I ran into a problem with because I was running out of energy and I couldn't figure out why. And I was just dog tired, hungry. I mean, just hangry bad. Here I wasn't getting enough fat. I wasn't keeping my fat up. And at one point I needed, what was it, like 270 grams of fat a day just to run my normal day.
And just know, Nancy, any of us girls north of 40, 50, we're dealing with hormones and stuff too. I don't know how old you are, but when we're dealing with the hormones, and most of those hormones that we're worrying about are fat-based hormones. So it's just a little bit more diligent that we have to be to try to meet all those macros to keep you feeling good, and keep everything moving in the right direction. So
All right.
be kind to yourself and be patient because it takes longer to establish a proper foundation. But just like Olivia's there to show, I mean, Olivia, do you care sharing your age? I just am blown away. I mean, the woman is absolutely beautiful, but she has been working through this for years and she is through menopause, Go ahead, Liv.
Well, right now I'm 67. I'll be 68 in February.
Wow.
I mean, she's just absolutely beautiful. And that's not just a beauty thing, but to see the glow in her skin, to know that she's reversed the damage, that she is still healing on the inside at the cellular level. That is huge at 67 years old. That is just huge. And what an inspiration.
And that just kudos to the work that has taken.
That is not easy to do.
You have taken care of yourself. It's awesome.
I think I'm just lost with trying to figure out whether to try ADF again or to try to just stick to the macros, with the 80-20 or whatever. And try
have
to get
you done keto continuum 1 through 12 successfully?
At one point I did, but it was like a year and a half ago or so. So then I kind of got off. I was losing weight. But
it's not about losing the weight. I want you to make sure you're getting it at the cellular level. So go back to the beginning enough to make sure every one of those steps you're succeeding at before you move to the next one. Because if not, even if you go to alternate day fasting, you may drop weight, but that's going to be water weight. We want you to do the cellular health. We want you to be hitting every step and every level. That's what makes this difference than just the average keto diet.
You got to put the building block. You got to put the building blocks and the puzzle pieces together to where you can stand on them to get to the next level.
Right.
And that's,
I've fasted for so long, and that's like second nature to me.
Good.
And doing keto was really easy for me too. It's just getting back into it and then trying to decide which one of those two things I want to do. Do I want to do the ADF or do I want to do the, eat every day with the keto macros?
I would go back to the beginning, establishing those fat-based hormones first, then move forward, get that in a consecutive consistency. Just repeat of getting that intact, and then move forward into the progression of fasting and stuff like that after that foundation's laid first.
I was gonna say, let your body transition you into doing that, not
that's how
necessarily
you're going to get the cellular.
mind.
Yeah, that's how you're going to get the cellular health.
So I don't know where to find that then. I have the Keto Continuum workbook. Is that in the workbook?
Yep, it's in the workbook and it's in the page, the Keto Continuum page. You can go through that, or if you want to jump in our group coaching class, we're going to start back at the beginning and work our way through it if you want in the class. So.
Okay, I'll write all that down.
Yeah. And just go back into your workbook and bring up that keto continuum level. And, even if, we're probably going to be starting back at level 3. At least, that's probably where we're going to be. And we're going to have to stay there. I'm a veteran. I know how to do this, but I'm going to have to stay at level 3 until my body's ready to move forward.
Yep.
Okay.
So I look at it this way. If I'm going to do the darn work and I'm going to eventually be fasting and giving up the things I love, getting back into that fasting routine, I want the health at the cellular level. I want to lose some weight, obviously. I need to lose this water weight that I've put back on, but I want my cells healthy more than anything. One of the things, nobody cares what your casket weighs.
No.
Yes.
No.
I want to heal.
even right now, I'm still doing, like pretty much 80% fat and 20% protein, and trying to stay low on the carbs.
Good.
So I don't know that I really have to go back to level 3
Okay.
or whatever,
Yep.
I'm trying.
I would read
I
down
don't know.
through that continuum and see exactly where you fall.
Yep. Where
So
you can,
yeah,
where you can be successfully and consistently. Start there.
okay.
And where
Okay.
you've been consistent for at least 2 weeks.
Yep.
And that's the page in the workbook that has the different levels that you're at.
Yep.
Or the different keto continuum levels.
And
Yep.
if you've only done it for a couple days, a certain level, don't jump
Yeah.
past it.
Go back.
Yeah.
Stay there conquer that, master that step for couple weeks.
Okay. I will do that. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay,
Any
I
other
think that's all I have.
questions? Anybody need anything? How are we doing over there? Any questions over here?
Nope. We're good.
Sweet.
Good on YouTube.
Good.
Good.
Got a question? Come on in, Liv.
I just wanted to tell Anna that as far as, your brain fog and all of that, I know what you're feeling, because I had gotten to a point where I would read to my grandkids from their little books at bedtime. And I had gotten to the point where I could see the sentences and I knew what they said, but they weren't coming out. The words weren't coming out. And it's very, very scary, to be at that point, because you're like, I didn't know if anybody else was noticing, if my sons were noticing, or if the kids were noticing, but it was frightening. And, if you stick with this program, all of that will get better. It really will.
Yep.
So I wanted to share that with you.
And that is the biggest reason. I know Olivia's done the brains course and stuff with me too. Anybody that hasn't done the brains course, I'm starting back on the brains course every Wednesday at noon. And it's selfish reasons for myself too. I mean, it's one of those, with all the meds and everything that I've taken, being put under anesthesia, I really struggle with my brain health, and I do the same thing, Anna. So you're not alone. You can tell when I get on here, some days I'm on my game and some days I just really struggle with the retrieval. I know the information, I know how to do this, but I got to fight for that retrieval. And it's one of those, ketones help me. I can tell night and day difference when I got glucose floating around in my brain and when I got ketones floating around in my brain. So it really is just a difference. But anybody that still wants in the brains course, you can jump in at any time. I've decided I'm going to just do it on a rotation. So each week we're going to do one module and we cover it together. Then we watch the video together, and then we come back and talk about it in a group setting, just like we're doing here. Because I think every one of those modules has something for somebody in your life. Doesn't matter if it's your kids, your children, yourself. This one might pertain to your parents. I mean, some of us are at the age of, we got elderly parents and younger kids and grandkids, or adult kids and grandkids. So we have something for everybody in each module. And those little stories, Dr. Boz is the best teacher. I love this course. I've loved doing it for years. I just think it's a win-win for everybody. So anybody that wants in that, I give all my coaching clients a $750 coupon off. And then you're going to do it in the group setting, just like we are right here, and doing it over and over till our brains are healthy. So which is going to take me a while. So we're going to get there, but we're going to get there together. So if anybody needs anything, please let us know. If not, hopefully, God willing, we're going to be back on track here every week now. We are going to throw out a poll. I know right now we are going up against the same time as Dr. Barry, and I don't want to do that because we want to go learn from him and learn from Dr. Boz. I'm going to put a poll up and see if there is a time that would be more beneficial to everybody. So I'm going to put some polls up over on the group page, and I'd love to have you vote and put your input in if you have any suggestions. I've thought about doing one during the day, but one evening. I worry about going up against with Dr. Barry. Dr. Boz is on Tuesdays, and then a lot of people go to church on Wednesdays. So that's where I'm kind of kicking around, not sure what to do. So I'm going to put a poll over there. Watch for that the next week. If you're in my brains course, I got the brains group open up, trying to get everybody over in there. And if anybody still wants in, just let me know. We will get there. journeytoketo.com for all your ordering needs that you need. Please use our website if you can. It helps us a little bit. Doesn't cost you anything, and we appreciate it. We really do. So anything over there?
Nope, we're good.
Okay. All right, guys, please give it a thumbs up and a like and all that good stuff, and share it out with your friends.
Like, share, and subscribe.
There we go. He's got it. All right, guys. We love you guys. Good to see y'all.
Thanks.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.